twilight lies gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors, that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors, that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame, and the home of the
Welcome, race fans, to MaxSpeedTV. We're going to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of tonight's SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series here tonight at Gateway for round number 10 of their season here for the trucks. This is the Barb and Sean Skincare.com 140 here from Gateway. Welcome in the booth. I got my good friend Charles Smith. Welcome, Charles.
Hey, glad to be here. Ready for some exciting truck racing here under the lights at Gateway.
Yes, sir, and it should be a very fun race at that with 140 laps. And also cannot forget our producer behind the cameras here, Mr. Michael D'Amico, for all his camera work that he does over here for us. So thank you, Michael. Also, let's get you up to speed on what's happening over here at SSCA. We were off for last week, and after a little 2-week stint there, and now we're back with another little 2-week stint with the first race, and this 2-week stint at Gateway, of course. But a couple weeks ago, back at, I believe it was Iowa, back at Iowa, Gerald Campbell was your race winner there, won the second stage. Adam Eisenhower was your stage 1 winner. Adam Eisenhower, however, though, won the race back at Texas. So I think with that being said, I mean, this is a totally different track from Texas and Iowa, but I think we still probably have to watch those two drivers tonight if they are in the race. I haven't seen Gerald Campbell's name pop up. I don't think he's in it tonight.
Nope, and nor is Adam.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So they do have time to get in there in qualifying, so we'll see if any of those two drivers do enter there in qualifying. But our winner from a few weeks back at Charlotte. Stole the whole show, of course. He won every stage. He won the race. William Hartman. He also won the race before that. He's back tonight after missing the last race at Iowa. He also won stages 1 and 2 there at Texas, but come up short at the finish. So we'll have to really definitely watch that 67 truck tonight, because I'm pretty sure he'll be another fast contender out here in this race. I think he was first fastest in practice. Yes, he was. So I think that'll be another contender out here. But let's go through your points real quick and kind of get you up to date on that. And we got William Hartman, of course. He is the leader currently with 2 wins, as you know they are counting the wins for their chase format. So William Hartman's your leader in points with 2 wins, and you got Chris Simmer in second with 1 win, Daniel Jackson in third with 1 win, and Chris Scallett in fourth with 1 win. Those are the only guys that's in the regular season for the trucks that have wins. There are other people though who are not regular season drivers. And I can't get to that page for some reason. Here we go. The drivers that were not regular season drivers that have won races are Gerald Campbell, Adam Eisenhower, and Tim Cox. So with that being said, I don't see any of those drivers in here tonight, so I don't really think that they will have a bit of a, they won't have a play in it, I should say. And I always thought Adam Eisenhower was a Buck regular, but I'm guessing that he's not. So that shows you how much I paid attention. But
I think Jason's the regular.
Jason,
that
yes,
might be
you're
where
right.
you got confused.
I think you're right about that. Yeah. But yeah, tonight's race, as I said, is the Barb and SeanSkincare.com 140. And the stage links are 35, 35, and 70 at 140 laps altogether. Don't forget to check out MaxSpeedTV.com for all your MaxSpeedTV schedule needs. Don't forget to check out SSCARacing.com to see their schedule points and winners of all 3 series. And check out the rules and apply there as well, and also watch live. Also, don't forget to check out Michelangelo's Painting Facebook page while you're at that as well. All right, well, let's get into qualifying here a little bit and kind of see how it's going so far. I know there's been 2 trucks on track so far. Looks like Daniel Jackson's sitting on the pole currently, and Mark McFadden's in second. But it looks like we've got 2 guys who will not be taking qualifying times here in this, and that's, well, there's more than that. David Gervais, Russ Coe, James Somke, Derek Fisher, and Justin Anderson. But I'm used to seeing that, Justin Anderson never usually takes a qualifying time. He just likes to start from the back of the pack. I believe Russ Coe's the same way. I'm not too sure about James, but I see he opted to not take a qualifying time. So I think the next guy that'll go out here is Jason Eisenhower. It looks like Gary Weston's not opting to go out either. So, and with that being said, already we've got a lot of drivers here, Charles, that look like they're going to want to start toward the back and not even put a qualifying time in.
Yeah, might be a good strategy.
Could be. Let's see if there's any of these guys that haven't been in here, if they're still in the room or not. Yeah, everybody's name in the driver's list is lit up, so everyone's in the room. But yeah, it could be a good strategy call from these guys not taking qualifying times here.
Yeah, I just watched Jason out here on his qualifying. He hit those rumble strips down there on the bottom, and he got loose.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, especially in any kind of vehicle here at Gateway or most any oval that has rumble strips, like the old Pocono or the old Phoenix, or Milwaukee Mile for that matter, or Myrtle Beach. The tracks that have rumble strips on ovals, you get down there and hit those, and your truck, car, e-car, whichever you're driving, they do not like the transition from the way that feels, and they will get you loose. And sometimes you can save it, sometimes you can't. So all the drivers tonight, they'll have to be careful hitting those rumble strips in the corners. Especially 1 and 2, because there's more banking in 1 and 2, and that kind of offset kind of gets that truck upset when they hit the rumble strip there. I think through 3 and 4 they might be a tad bit easier to kind of run over, but 1 and 2 there at that banking transition, that's going to be a rough patch for them to be hitting those tonight. So these drivers would be extra careful and make sure they don't get those tires down there, and if they do, they're going to have to be you know, kind of knowing of, you know, they got their tires on that rumble strip. I mean, it'll make noise when they got them on there, of course, but I'm just saying, like, if they're not really paying attention, it's real easy to kind of slip your tires on that rumble strip, though.
And also with Jason doing that, I think he must have got the grass a little bit, got next, and it did not count his lap time.
I see that, yeah, and he's coming back down pit road, and I think he's just going to park it and call it quits. Because once you do that here at SSCA, once you go out and try to put a qualifying time in, if you come down pit road, you may not go back out. All right, so it looks like next up on track, we got Robert McFarland, the 00 Chevrolet. Well, folks, we still have about 10 minutes left here in qualifying, so it'll be a perfect time for you guys to go grab yourself something to drink, something to eat, and get ready to watch this amazing race tonight here at Gateway Motorsports Park here for the SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series. I think these guys will have a great show for you guys out here tonight. And if it's your first time here, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're returning MaxSpeedTV, you know, member, you could say, or subscriber, push that like button on this video as well if you're enjoying it. It looks like Robert McFarland will come in third quickest. So far, your pole sitter is Chris Simmerd. Steve Seegers is fourth quickest. Joe Johnson second quickest. Hope I'm saying his name right. Michael Dullard. Hope I'm saying that correctly, but he's on track now in the 15 Toyota. Toyota kind of funny, but
It looks like Michael Dullard goes P1.
yes, he does. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. coming across the board P8 right now. Johnson Jr. improves his lap time and gets up to 7th quickest. We've got Kevin Fetty coming across 5th quickest.
I'm actually seeing that Jason Eisenhower got an unsafe pit exit, and that's why his laps did not count.
Oh, interesting. It looks like we got Sean Kalis coming across the board here, third quickest. Or Scala, ninth quickest.
Judd Danielson third or seventh.
Yes. That knocked Chris Scala back to 10th quickest. Now he's back to 7th quickest, and Judd Danielson down to up to 8th quickest. Still Michael Dullard, though, hanging on to the pole position so far, but got some fast trucks here coming. Mike Donahue and Jeremy Crandall, Jeff Martin, and William Hartman. So we'll have to watch out for those guys, because we know they got some pretty fast race trucks, and they might be one of the ones to take Michael Dullard off that pole position.
It looks like Mike Donahue goes into first. And now Ray Richard.
Yeah, these guys are fast, as I said. Watching out for these top 5 guys here. They're pretty quick. So they did indeed knock Michael Dullard off the pole position, but the question is, how much farther down will he go? Because I'm pretty sure that, we still got 3 more drivers to go, and they got fast trucks as well. So we'll see. Possibly goes down to 6th position, maybe. Jeremy Crandall's the next one to put a qualifying time in. Don't see him on track, though. And it looks like Jeremy Crandall's not going to take a qualifying time, as Jeff Martin will go out now. So only 2 trucks remain to qualify here. Who gets the pole position? Ray Richard, they're returning to pit road. And Jeff Martin to the top spot, pole position for the number 7 Chevrolet. I see he's sporting a new number tonight. Looks like Michael Dullard took his old number, and now we've got Jeff Martin in the 7 instead of the 15. And William Hartman takes the pole position away from Jeff Martin. So there you have it, folks. I don't think anybody else is going to go out and qualify here unless your pole sitter will be William Hartman. So congratulations to William Hartman on grabbing the pole position as we await qualifying to be over here just momentarily here. Have about a minute and a half left here in qualifying, and then we'll move on to getting your grid sorted here. So while we're waiting, as I said, I'll just go over a few other things here. I'll say again that this is the Barb and Sean Skincare.com 140 here tonight for the SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series here at Gateway. This is round number 10 for their season. And at BarbandSeanSkincare.com, we are a Roden and Fields consultant, the #1 skincare brand in North America. Clinically proven, clinically studied products. These products have a 60-day empty bottle money-back guarantee. People don't join Roden and Fields because they have time. They join because they want time. Contact us to learn more. 2020 premium skincare is projected to be a $131 billion industry globally. Currently, it is a $3.9 billion industry. Roden and Fields has been the fastest growing premium skincare company for the past 6 years. We were responsible for 84% of the growth in the skincare industry last year. 70% of our sales come from our customers, not recruiting. Roden and Fields is the #1 skincare offered in North America across all price points. So check out BarbandSeanSkincare.com today. And there's the checkered flag, folks. So momentarily here, we're going to get you on your starting grid here for tonight's race at Way. So while we're waiting here for them to grid up, Charles, a question to ask you is, what do you think will be projected here tonight? I mean, this track is totally different from what they raced a couple weeks ago at Iowa, and it's totally different from like the 3 mile and a halves they had in a row. And this is a totally different track, altogether. I mean, this is probably one of the only asphalt ovals that's a mile and a quarter long. Most of them are a mile to a mile and a half, or like Darlington, a mile 0.37. So, but to me, this kind of resembles a shorter, flatter Darlington. What's your thoughts on this track?
Oh yeah, definitely agree with you. It's kind of a mixed hybrid. It's got a lot of short track vibe to it, but then it's got those really long straightaways. So we're gonna see some interesting passing probably going into the corners.
I think you're right about that. All right, folks, let's get down to your starting grid here. Congratulations to William Hartman for grabbing the pole position tonight here for this race with a qualifying time of 33.822. So congratulations, William Hartman, on the pole. Jeff Martin will start second. Ray Richer will start in third. Mike Donahue will start fourth. Michael Dullard will start fifth. Chris Simmer will start sixth. That's your point leader. Sean Kalist will start seventh. Joe Johnson will start eighth. Robert McFarland will start ninth. And Kevin Fetty will start in 10th position. Chris Scala will start 11th. Judd Danielson will start 12th. Steve Seegers will start in 13th. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. will start 14th. Daniel Jackson will start in 15th. David Gainforth in 16th. And Mark McFadden will start 17th. He is the last driver to take a qualifying time. David Gervais will be the first driver to not take a qualifying time, and he'll start 18th. Derek Fisher will start 19th. Justin Anderson will start 20th. Starting 21st, we have Russ Coe. Starting 22nd, James Somke. Starting in 23rd, Jeremy Crandall. Jason Eisenhower will start 24th. And running out the field in the final position in 25th will be Gary Weston. And I'm seeing a very interesting ordeal happening up front here, Charles. Looks like William Hartman will actually take to the outside for the initial start here.
Oh yeah, definitely. The turns 1 and 2 here, they got that progressive banking, so it's a little flatter on the bottom, so you definitely want to be on that upper groove.
See how that works out for him, and see how it works out for Jeff Martin when we get ready to get the green flag this time by. On the tracks they do 2 laps. I'm not sure. I don't think it is. No, they won't do 2 here. All right, pace car hits in the pit road. There's the green flag. We're underway for tonight's ranked number 10 here for the SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series of Gateway. We're green flag conditions, and I think that was a good choice for William Hartman starting out outside, as he's already got a good lead here on Jeff Martin in the 7, and Mike Donahue in the 70s are coming off turn 2. Something else I want to point out here tonight, folks, you're seeing how the pace car dove off for the pits. If a driver happens to do that in a race tonight, they'll be counted as an unsafe pit entrance. They have to use that access road starting at the entrance of turn 3. They have to use the access road coming off of pit road. This track, Homestead, are one of the 2 tracks on iRacing where you have to use access roads. Now in Indianapolis, you only have to use the access road coming off of pit road. But for a track like this at Homestead, you must use the access roads both entering and exiting. So I think that there's also going to be a game changer tonight, because, I mean, we'll have to see how that plays out with these guys using that access road. I mean, because they don't race at tracks like this a lot throughout the season. They race at more tracks where you can just come straight off turn 4 and enter pit road. So that might get some confusing to some of these guys here tonight as they kind of, you know, look for pit, like, oh, where's the pits? I forgot.
Yeah, we don't really know who's all raced here and hasn't, and there might be somebody out there that doesn't know that.
Right now we're coming around to complete lap number 3 tonight here of this race so far, so just getting started here. But Jeff Martin's not letting William Hartman get out to a commanding lead yet. He's keeping him at bay for now with about a 4/10 of a second lead here, almost a half a second. But I will say one thing, Charles. I think we have an improved driver over here at SSCA Trucks. I'm talking about the number 7 truck there, Mike Donahue. It kind of seemed like at the beginning of the season, he kind of like to stay toward the back of the field. And once we got around race, you know, number 6, race number 7, he started kicking it up a notch a little bit. And now he's having great outings here in these races, running the top 5 most of the night.
Yeah, and usually he doesn't start up front, and like you said, but he's actually starting up front. So yeah, maybe he could have a really good finish tonight here.
Hopefully so, but he's got the fast truck and the point leader of Chris Simmerd right on his tail here, so he's going to have to really try to keep Chris behind him if he wants to have a good night here, because we know once Chris gets by, it's probably bye-bye, because Chris will pull away. But actually, to be honest, though, I'm mentioning that, I haven't really seen too much out of Chris here in the late running here. He had a great start to the season. In the past couple of races, he's kind of slid off a little bit and kind of got behind.
Yeah, I'm looking there, and this field is really spread out.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of action going on right now. They've all got, you know, kind of just single file. We got the number 15 of Michael Dullard and Joe Johnson battling out here coming off turn 2. And it looks like we got Sean Kalis and Judd Danielson battling as well, and I think Chris Scala's there with him. Yeah, Chris Scala's actually looking on the inside now, Judd Danielson for 10th position, and he will take that. Oh, he's going to push up in front of Judd, about to take the nose off of that truck.
Yep,
wow.
Judd's coming back around.
Yeah, that was a great pass there. Judd just seen that happening, and he just kind of acted, you know, the way he needed to keep that from happening when Chris's truck started getting tight there, and that helped Judd get back around him. So Judd will keep 10th position here alive as he gets back around. And that little racing incident there allowed Sean Kalis to pull away from him a little bit. Now he's tracking down the two trucks of Joe Johnson and Michael Goller.
I will say that last lap there, Jeff Martin was the fastest truck on track. He is caught up right back to the bumper of William Hartman there.
Yes, he has. Yeah, he's really putting the pressure on William now. He's like, well, I've seen it in the past here that Williams was pulled away, but I think tonight I'm not going to try to let that happen, and I'm going to stick right with him.
Ooh, almost got in the back of him there in turn 3.
Yeah, and back here we got Chris Emmert looking to the inside of Mike Donahue, but Chris is going to back out of that, and he's going to let Mike go. I don't think he kind of liked what was happening there when he was driving into the corner. I don't think the truck kind of acted the way he hoped it would have. And I think it kind of, you know, kind of counter-reacted, and it was like, ooh, I don't like how that feels, so I got to back out. Looks like Judd Danielson's left Chris Scala a little bit now and got a couple car lengths, or truck lengths, I could say, in between those two. And he's kind of got caught back up to Sean Kalis here. Sean Kalis has caught up to Joe Johnson. And it looks like Michael Goller's pulled away from Joe a little bit. Like we got Sean looking to the inside there. He was looking there. I think he's going to keep it out for now and just kind of ride right now. He's keeping it there. We'll get back in line now, going down the back straightaway. Let's go toward the back of the field here a little bit. David Gainforth in the 101 truck is currently running in 17th position, so he's lost a position from where he started in 16th. Really nobody around him right now, but you do have a couple trucks, a couple car lengths ahead of him here.
Uh-oh. Fadden in the 14.
Oh, no.
Of Gary Weston.
Let's go back and take a look at this. Get on board with Gary Weston here and see what happened. All right, we're arriving with the number 14 Chevrolet down the back straightaway. He's going in turn 3 right here. It looks like Gary Weston's truck started to maybe get a tad on the tight side, but Mark McFadden looks like he come down the racetrack a little bit, and those two will make contact. Both of them with heavy damage on their trucks now. And Gary Weston will take his truck straight behind the wall after that mishap. So Gary Weston, our first truck out tonight. Well, folks, after 12 laps have been completed here at Gateway, we're under a first caution. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, here to Gateway tonight for the Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series here for SSCA. This is the Barb and Sean Skincare.com 140, and we're under our first caution here. The lights are out of the pace car, so that means they're going double file and get back to racing action here once that pace car dives off in a couple more turns. If you're just now joining us, the first caution of the night is what we're under here, and that was between Mark McFadden and Gary Weston. Those two making contact. Gary Weston immediately taking his truck behind the wall, but Mark McFadden still in competition here, and hopefully looking to turn his night around after that incident there. But we're back up front here. William Hart will choose the outside for this restart here, as he chose the outside for the initial race start. And that worked out tremendous for him, so I think it'll work out again for him here as well. And we'll see how this plays out on this restart here as we're awaiting the pace car to turn off down pit road here. All right, pace car heads back into pit road. Well, there's the green flag. We're back underway here for the Barb and Sean Skincare.com 140 at Gateway.
And once again, another great start by William there on the high side.
Yeah, he's just really good on those restarts. He's basically, for most of the tracks he's ran over here this season, he's got these restarts down to a science.
Yes, he does.
That's actually kind of saying something, too, being different tracks as well.
Jeff Martin, he's not going nowhere. He's staying
No,
right
he's
there.
not. Yes, yep, Jeff Martin is making sure he's keeping William Hartman in his sights. He doesn't want him to pull away.
And yet later there in that run, he was faster. He just kind of lost steam when he got to him. It was just really didn't have nowhere to pass him.
Yeah, this is a hard track to pass. Right there that Jeff Martin tried to dive it in there hard, but this is really the only option you've got here at Gateway is mainly turn 3. When you're getting that run down the back straightaway, if you're right on his bumper, make sure you kind of dive in turn 3 right there, but make sure you give him enough room on the high side and give yourself enough room. You might be able to make a pass, but if you don't execute it correctly.
Got into a move
yeah,
there.
he did. Yeah, mind games being played now between truck 67 and 77's like, I'm keeping you at bay here, buddy. I'm going to make sure you're on your toes. They both are right now. And they got Chris Hibbert looking to get in the action back here, too. He's watching these guys battle it up, and he's like, keep doing it, because I'll pass you.
Yeah, if they start battling more and getting side by side, it's... Oh, we got Mike Donahue getting in the... Oh, and there's a crash.
Oh, no. I saw that. Let's go back and take a look. Ouch. Terrible. Oh,
yeah, it looked like Mike Donahue bounced into the wall and just...
Yeah.
He had nowhere to go.
And Mike was having a great run, too. That's a tough break there for Mike. Go back and take a look at this. We'll ride along with Mike Donahue.
Wrong place, wrong time. Sometimes those are the worst.
Yes, it is. All right, we got Mike Donahue here. He's coming off turn 4, and he clips the wall and shoots him down the racetrack, and he collects Kevin Petty. Ouch. I don't know if anybody else got involved in that. It seemed like somebody kind of clipped Kevin when he come back across the racetrack there, but I wasn't sure if they did or not.
Doesn't look like it.
Nope, they're all good. Nobody fought Kevin Petty. He got stopped before that caused any serious issues. But man, 2 more trucks getting into it here. Causing caution number 2 tonight. We're still on stage 1. Well, I was going to chat with somebody, but I think they're getting ready to get the one to go here, so it'd be kind of too late to do that because we get talking to them and then they'll have to probably only get to ask maybe one question. I have to drag them back up to the room they were in here in TeamSpeak because the pace car will be getting ready to pull off probably shortly here. But caution's down already tonight. Alright, the lights on the pace car out. We're coming through turn 4. It should be getting ready to head down pit road this time by, and there it goes. Jim Hartman starting on the outside once again here, and we're like the Green Flag Racing here at Gateway for the SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series.
Ray Richard with a good start. He's going to get around Jeff Martin.
Yeah, where did he come from? Wow.
I think what happened, Jeff Martin tried to time that, and he just was too early and he had to back off. And that's when William went, and he was just pretty much sitting there.
Ray Richard was ready for that. I think he kind of saw that coming too, and he was like, well, I did what I needed to do to get around him here. But Jeff Martin's not giving up the fight. He's been fighting pretty hard all night here so far. We're just 23 laps in this 140 lap race, and he's doing a phenomenal job right now up front, fighting for position. William Hartman kind of sticks to that middle lane all the way around the, turns 1 and 2 there. And Ray Richard and Jeff Martin really have to get up to the high lane. You know what? Let's ride on board here at pit view with the 67 truck of William Hartman and kind of watch his line here. There you can see him diving in turn 1. He keeps it right in between those two black streaks there of that, I guess you could say that tar compound, keeping those cracks from making a track come apart there. He kept it right in between those two tar lines there. And he's coming down the back straightaway here, diving into turn 3, and he just takes it right down that rumble strip. Gets a little tight right there. Looks like start trying to push up the track a little bit, but he gets it right back down at the bottom, and he makes an arc there coming off of turn number 4. Now, watching Williams' line there, let's go back and watch Jeff Martin now. It's right on board with Jeff. You can see Jeff here behind Ray Richard. Those guys are getting right down in the middle of that 2 right there. They kind of got it stuck that time, but you see that in the last couple of laps there, they couldn't quite get down into that line like William Hartman was doing. And you can see they're really struggling running that William Hartman line. Yeah, right there, looks like they didn't get the same entry that William did. They're just letting him pull away. Back to the regular TV camera.
Jason Eisenhower got in the wall there. A few cars almost got into him, but they were able to keep it going.
Let's go back and yeah, Jason's okay now on the 16 truck there of Justin Anderson. Looks to be okay. So is the number 1 of James Somke. They've got Jeffrey Johnson Jr. back here as well. Jeffrey's got some damage on his truck here, man. Major damage there into that truck. Oh, we got Jason Eisenhower getting a little loose there again. We're going to allow Justin Anderson to slip by, and James Somke's going by as well.
Oh, Jeff Martin got around Ray Richard and really shot up the track, but he was able to clear it. Now he's going to see if he can run down William.
Yeah, behind these guys, we've got Chris Simmer battling with Judd Danielson. I think Chris is going to get around Judd there on the high side. He's trying. Yeah. He looked like he'd be pretty strong with that there. Content for a second there, front off turn 2. Man coming through 3 and 4. He's still out front there. He's going to get that position, but he hasn't cleared and able to, get the pole position yet. Judd Danielson's still there looking to keep that position. Man, they're really fighting here for this 4th place.
Yeah, with Jeff Martin being stuck behind Ray Richard there for this after that restart, he has lost 2 seconds and a half on William.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, William Hartman out to a 2.5 second lead here. He just got a little bobble there coming through 3. Ooh. Question is, are these guys eating tires up, getting their trucks loose?
Yeah, they ain't got too many more laps to go to be into the stage.
Yep. This time by, when they hit the line, it'll be 5 to go in stage 1. William Hartman is now out with 3.3 second lead over Jeff Martin. He's gaining.
Yeah, he's still consistently the fastest truck every lap.
Yeah.
He's just ticking them off right there.
Yep. Coming off turn 4 this time by 2 to go in stage 1. All right, William Hartman coming off turn 4 here. White flags out here for stage number 1. And coming off turn number 4, William Hartman will be your stage 1 winner tonight from the BarbandSeanSkincare.com 140 here at Gateway.
We had a really good battle back there for 10th. for like 10th through probably 6th. Really good battle for those last few points.
Yeah, a lot of those trucks were battling it out. Looks like Chris Scala will be the one that comes home in the final spot there, 10th, top 10 there. Michael Dullard will finish that stage in 9th. Jeremy Crandall 8th. Joe Johnson 7th. Steve Seegers 6th. Doug Danielson was 5th. Chris Simmer 4th. Ray Richard 3rd. Jeff Martin 2nd. William Hartman, stage 1 winner. We'll let these guys get through their pit stop cycle, and we'll get a short conversation here in with your stage 1 winner. All right, let's find William here and word in with him. William Hartman, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, William, you missed the last race at Iowa, but you got a good comeback here after missing that race, because, I mean, you won the stage, both stages back at Texas, and back before that, you come off a couple wins. So it looks like you're starting out to a good night here at Gateway. You won stage 1. Tell us about it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the night here. Definitely a lot of quick trucks up here. That 7 truck behind me is pretty darn fast too, so we'll be looking to try and hold him off for another stage here. But yeah, I think overall the guys over at Savage, we had a pretty good start to the race, so looking forward to carrying that through the rest of this race.
Great. Well, kind of, before we get back going here, tell us what your thoughts are about Gateway. This is one of those, curveball, throw it at you tracks, because it's, one of a kind, basically, with, the shape of it and the flatness and everything like that. It's kind of hard to compare it to another track, but I'd say it's kind of a flatter Darlington. It's a little shorter than that as well. But with the first 35 laps down, how's the truck been feeling, even though you've had those other 2 cautions thrown into this first stage, too?
Yeah, everything's been feeling great. I'm loving Gateway tonight. It's a get up on the wheel, downshift, high rev, just all up on the wheel kind of racetrack. Definitely a big change of pace for the trucks and a lot of fun. So looking forward to finishing out the rest of these laps, and hopefully we can go a little more green than we did in that first stage. So
awesome. All right, William, well, once again, congratulations on your stage 1 win, and good luck in the rest of the race tonight.
Thank you.
All right, folks, there you heard from your stage 1 winners. Lights on the pace car are out. We'll get back green flag racing here and get you started for stage number 2. Alrighty, get him going this time, Charles.
Alright. Alright, there goes the pace car dropping down into the pit lane. And green flag, we're back underway here. Gateway for the Barb & Shaw Skincare.com 140.
40 laps complete now, so that means 100 to go. Wow, William Hartman with just another amazing restart there. Look at the gap he's already got between him and Jeff Martin.
And also, if you look at the front of Jeff Martin's truck, from where he has gotten into the back of William Hartman a few times, it looks a little crumpled up front.
Yeah, you can see a little crinkle in it there. Yeah, you can actually kind of, if you look at it very good, you can see those red and black stripes coming down the sides of the hood there. And you can see on the right side of the truck, but looking back, it'd be the left. But technically on the right side of the truck over there, you can see that those lines are kind of askew a little bit. They're kind of, not straight like they are on the, left-hand side of the truck over there. So, yeah, definitely he's gotten into somebody as he's now back with Judd Danielson. Judd trying to get second. And hard battle between truck 17 and 7. It looks like Judd's going to take that, though. Judd Danielson takes second place away from Jeff Martin. Here comes Ray Richer on the bottom. He's going to try to take third place away from Jeff Martin now. And he ain't going to be able to do so right there, man. He gets that truck dove into that corner kind of hard there. And it kind of gets him slowed up a little bit. And that kind of allows Chris Simmerd to kind of try to get around him here now. Simmerd thundering down the back straightaway here. They're going into turn 3. Let's see if Chris can get it done here and get into that position. Yes, he can. Chris Simmerd will take over fourth. Well, a lot of good battling going on here. Second back to about 6th position. And William Hartman's already got a 1.2 second lead over second place. He's just thundering along once again here, pulling away.
And Judd and Jeff battling that obviously,
yeah,
that helped him get a little further out there too.
It did, yeah. I think he was looking back in his rearview mirror there on that one, going, "Keep battling, boys. You're going to make a mistake here because that's hurting you guys doing that. I'm going to pull away." And that's the line.
Looks like two-seater's gotten the wall a little bit off before.
Ooh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. At the line right here, William Hartman grabbed another 2/10 lead on those guys and bumped up to 1.4. Oh, we got a crash. Yep, caution's out.
That's the number 84,
Daniel Jackson.
I think Sean Kalis from the 43 might have been involved too. Yes, he was.
Back and take a look at this. We're right on board with Sean Kalis. Him here going down the front straightaway, going into turn 1. And it looks like, oh, Sean just got in there a little too hot. Made contact with Daniel Jackson there in the 84, and that got Daniel turned around and brought out this caution.
It was very slight contact, but it was enough.
It was, yeah. Well, folks, this is caution number 3. Ray Richer, you got a copy.
Evening, gentlemen. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you doing tonight?
Well, best that could be said without any practice before all this.
Well, it looks like you have one fast number 44 machine out there tonight. That 44 Chevrolet's looking strong. I mean, you've been up in the top 3 here a couple times tonight. We've tried to get in the top 3 a couple times, I should say. We was there once. But it looks like you have a great battle with these guys up front here. So how's that truck feeling out there?
Actually feels pretty good. One thing about this track that I like, it drives like a road course. I mean, different obviously at both ends because of the paperclip design. But on the same note, if you think about it, you got to brake early. A lot of guys overdrive that corner. I've done it a couple times in turn 1, but so far it's just been consistent. Even with the tire wear here. I mean, geez, at 35, we didn't have a lot of tire wear even on the right front. Just got to be consistent. You got to think as you go into the turn. Getting out of it is no problem. You just kind of shift and go through it. So yeah, we're shifting both ends, but otherwise, yeah, the truck feels great.
Awesome. Yeah, that's always what most drivers say, that this track drives like a road course. And I've had other people giving another driver's tip saying you have to drive this track like a road course because of its distinct corners. So yeah, you hit that on the head, nail head, I should say there. So, but with that being said, what's the caution deal here feeling like? Could you guys make the 35 lap stage on a full tank of fuel, or could you not? Okay.
Yeah, no question. We can make it 35 laps at least. I think it's about a 40-lap run. Again, I didn't practice this, but I heard rumors from the other guys there that did, and they said 40 laps with green flag should be okay. But kind of looking at consistency, again, I think I had a good 5-10 laps. Actually, about a dozen laps left on the last tank when we had all those cautions in the first segment.
Well, this segment here has got another caution, so we'll see. Hopefully, if it stays green until the end, or if another one, kind of befalls it here, but we'll kind of see and go from there. But thank you for talking with us here, Ray, and good luck in the rest of your race.
Appreciate it. Just one last comment, fellas. God, I hate starting on the inside here. You guys have a great night and enjoy calling the race.
All right, you enjoy the races yourself. All righty, folks. Well, looks like the lights are back out on the pace car. We're going to go back green flag racing here. William Hartman is still your race leader. He's going to start out outside once again. It's been working for him so far tonight. Starting out outside, he's done it every single time. We coming back off of our third caution here, getting the green flag. This is caution number 3. This is stage number 2. We had 2 cautions in stage number 1. Technically, though, this would be caution number 4 if you wanted to count the stage in, but I really don't count those as, that's just a, kind of like a brake deal caution that wasn't caused by an accident or anything like that. So, count the ones that are caused by accidents here. And the pace car will be getting ready to dive back into pit road here momentarily as it gets around this corner. There goes that Ford Mustang back into pit road. There's a green flag. We're back underway here at Gateway for the Barb and John Skincare.com 140 here for the SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series. This is round number 10 of their season. Next week, we will be back here on MaxSpeedTV with the SSCA truck action at Chicagoland.
Oh, we got a crash in the back there.
Uh-oh, yes we do, and
Caution is out.
admins have thrown that caution. I don't think iRacing threw it because I'm seeing that it shows that, ooh.
Yeah,
and Mark McFadden's involved in that one. Looks like Jeremy Crandall's involved in that one as well. Let's go back and take a look. We're going to ride along with Mark McFadden in the 48 Chevrolet. All right, we're here in turns 1 and 2. Mark McFadden was going through here. It looks like he kind of saw somebody up there getting 3 wide coming off turn 2. I tell you right now, Charles, 3 wide is something you really seldom want to do at a track this short, this small, and that's what those guys were doing coming off turn 2. And oh, that's exactly, looks like what happened right there. Chris Scala was on the bottom. David Gainforth was in the middle, and looks like Jeremy Crandall was on the outside. David Gainforth kind of got into Jeremy Crandall a little bit, got him turned around. Jeremy Crandall bounced off the wall, come down, hit Sean Kalist, come back down after hitting Sean Kalist, and hit Mark McFadden, also collected Jason Eisenhower and Russ Coe. So a lot of drivers involved in this one, and it looks like Mark McFadden got engine damage on that one, so it looks like he got the worst end of the deal because he's the only truck out there smoking. So, man, tough break for Mark McFadden tonight. Back up front here. This is caution number 4. Well, let's talk to somebody else here. Let's Chris Simmer, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Chris, tell us how that number 27 truck feels out there tonight. Looks like you got a good, fast race truck to race with these top 5 guys.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I have to downshift to get any run out the corner, but it's been fast. It's just really tough to pass on the bottom. So.
Yeah, well, a few races ago, well, more than 3, back around 3 races ago, you were the point leader, and then William Hartman got his second win and took over that point lead. What's it going to take to get back to that point lead? And man, it seems like William Hartman's got one fast truck out here.
Well, I kind of got I couldn't race last week, so that hurt me a little bit. But if I can ever get up there, I could challenge him for the win, and then I'll be back up in the points lead. So I'm hoping I get into second here and race him a little bit.
You're in a position right now to do so. You got a lot of fast competition out there around you. What's it like racing around Jeff Martin and Judd Danielson there as well?
It is fun. It is fun. This is a fun racetrack for me. I enjoy it a lot, and it's just getting that run off the bottom is really tough. When you're on the inside, you have to use the entire track just to get any momentum, and it just doesn't work when you're on the bottom. But it's fun racing with everyone when they're really competitive up front. So
awesome. Well, as I said, it looks like you got one fast racetrack out there tonight with those top 5 guys. So good luck in the rest of this race. I hope we'll talk to you later on.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, folks. Get the race back green here momentarily. I think the lights will go on the pace car this time by. That they did. Got William Hartman starting on the outside once again here. Pretty sure that will work out for him greatly as it has so far tonight. All right, pace car heads back into pit road. There's green flag. We're back underway here at Gateway for the Barb and John Skincare.com 140 here for SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series. That's another good restart there by William Hartman. He's just got that down to a science tonight here, getting up on that high side and getting these restarts here. And while we got Judd Danielson here, Jeff Martin's trying to get around Judd as well. Chris Emmert's trying to get around Jeff. And we've got, look at this, Charles. Michael Dullard is back up where he started in 5th position, looking to get 4th, though, from Chris Emmer. And here comes Chris Scala. Where did he come from? Wow. Oh, they're taking a 3 wide here, going into turn 3. Cool, man. I think Michael Dullard pulled away out of that, and he was like, nope, we ain't going 3 wide here. But Michael Dullard will get that position from Chris Simmer. And Chris Scala will go fall back in line here and try to get Chris Simmert as well, but he's kind of fallen off the pace a little bit now. Looks like Ray Richards starting to close back up on him here because we know Ray's wanting to get back up to where he was there running in the top 5. Well, here comes the biggest mover of the race so far tonight, James Somke, starting 22nd. He's up to 9th, so he's inside the top 10 here. And another big mover is Jason Eisenhower. He's starting 24th. He's running 12th. Technically, he's moved up half the field. His position, as I should say. Where he just filled the 14th now, so something missed there on Jason's truck. Is going into the clutches here of Derek Fisher, the 13 truck there. Derek's kind of looking to close up on him here and try to pass him. We got Don Kalis back here battling with Kevin Petty for 16th position. Sean Kalis is running in 17th, and he will indeed get around Kevin Petty and take 16th frame and put Kevin back to 17th. Got Justin Anderson back at 18th, Daniel Jackson back in 19th, Jeremy Crandall in 20th, and Russ Coes, your last truck on the lead lap in 21st. Your first truck lap, well, multiple laps down, but he's the first truck laps down. 22nd is Mark McFadden. Mike Donahue, man, tough break for him. He had a really fast-looking race truck out there tonight. Started in the top 5, started 4th. Now he finds himself with a lot of damage on that number 70 Chevrolet, and he's 15 laps down, running in 23rd. We've got 2 trucks out of the race. That's Robert McFarland and Gary Weston. But back up front, William Hartman has a second lead over second place of Judd Danielson. Yeah, Martin's there trying to still get around him, and Chris Simmert got back around Michael Dullard. So Chris Simmert back in 4th, and Michael back to 5th. Chris Scala still running in 6th position. Ray Richards still running in 7th. Steve Seeger still running in 8th. James Somke still running in 9th. And what a good run Jeffrey Johnson Jr. is having here tonight, Charles. We usually, here the past couple of races, we see him toward the back of the pack and even getting, toward the back of the pack start. He actually got a pretty good start tonight, starting in 14th, and he's right now running in the top 10. Well, 10 laps to go here, folks, until stage 2 finishes up. Ooh, we got Michael Dullard racing now here with Jeff Martin as Chris Simmert got around Jeff, and I missed that. Chris is in 3rd place now. Michael Dullard trying to get back into 4th, but it's a new driver that he's trying to take 4th place away from now. It's Jeff Martin. William Hartman now has a 2-second lead over second place Judd Danielson, or 2.2-second lead, I should say, at the line there over Judd Danielson. So William back out front here again, pulling away as these guys back here are racing for position.
It looks like Chris Simmons made it around Judd Danielson for second.
Yes, he has. Judd's right on his bumper trying to get back around him there. Ooh. Judd's keeping it on him here, though. He's keeping him on his toes. We got Michael Dullard kind of falling back off the pace a little bit here now. He was up there racing with Jeff Martin, but now they got a little bit of a gap between them. William Hartman out here on the rails tonight as he puts Mike Donahue another lap down. They're coming to 2 go here in stage 2. Comes the white flag. Last lap for stage 2.
Caution is out. Caution is
out. And there the stage 2 has finished. Stage 2 winner is William Hartman, so he will take both stages here tonight at Gateway. So we'll let these guys get through the pit stop cycles once again, and we'll get down there through stage 2 winner and have a chat with him. And William Hartman will win the race off pit road. Chris Simmert comes out second. Coming out third's Judd Danielson. Coming out of the pits in fourth is Jeff Martin. Coming out in fifth is Michael Dullard. Sixth is Chris Scala. Seventh, Ray Richard. Eighth was Steve Seegers. Ninth was Joe Johnson. And 10th was James Somke. William Hartman, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, you done it again. You got another stage win racked up in the books here with tonight's race and the previous 5 races. That was your combined total with these 6 races, your 9th stage win. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. Banking away some of those playoff points. Hoping I don't need them later on in the season and we can get through the playoffs pretty smoothly, but it's going to be nice to have them for sure. So I cannot say enough how great of a start of the race has been. I was a little worried coming into tonight. As you can see, it's definitely a close competition all the way through, and a lot of great racing. So very fortunate to have had the track position we've had and be able to stay out front.
Yeah, exactly. Well, with that being said, what's your, strategy? Well, you don't have to really tell us your strategy because you don't want to get out any secrets. But I'm just saying, you've had some good stages here now. These stages have only been 35 laps each, but technically stage 2 is less than that with the caution period for the stage end. But now you got probably around a 65 lap run to go here without any more, brake style cautions in play. So what's your thoughts, going into that? Because we know that you can only make about 40 laps on a tank of fuel, I think. So there's probably going to be some green flag pit stops at play, but not having that in the first 2 stages, what's that going to make anything different?
Yeah, so we've kind of played through some strategy. Myself and some of the other Savage drivers have kind of put together a plan for this last stage, depending on how it goes. Hopefully it goes green. I'd much rather race under green flag laps than pace around here. So if it goes green, we got a good plan. We're just going to kind of, same as we've been doing the rest of this race, just try and keep the track position as best we can, manage our stuff, and stay out of that wall. So hopefully we can keep all that up and come out of here with a good finish.
All right, William, once again, congratulations here on stage 1 and stage 2 win. Good luck in the rest of the race, so we'll talk to you later on.
All right, thanks, guys.
Alrighty then, we are back here and getting ready to get the restart here. Get it going this time, Charles.
Alright, cool. Alright, there goes the pace car dropping down the pit lane. And green flag, we're back underway here at Gateway Fluid, Barb and Sean, Skincare.com 140.
Yep, so that means we only have 65 laps remaining here tonight at Gateway. Another good restart there for William Hartman. And looks like Chris Simmert's getting into second position here. He's racing with Jeff Martin there side by side coming off turn 2. Who's going to clear who and who's going to get the position? We want to see here diving in turn 3. They're still side by side here. Man, strong race there coming on to the turn 3 there by Jeff Martin in the 7 truck. But can he clear Chris Simmert? I don't think so. They're going to stay side by side here coming off turn 4. This is a great battle as we've got the number 15 truck back here I see behind. That is Michael Dullard. He just got around, Chris Scala got around him. And he got around, I think, Ray Richard there, I believe. Oh, we got Jeff Martin up to the wall there, man. That was a wide swing. He's taken through that corner, but him and Chris Simmert still side by side. I figured that wide swing would have allowed Chris to pick up a little more ground, but it seems like he kept it under control and is keeping Chris at bay right now. But they've got company coming here. Chris Scala is coming up through here now as well. Man, these guys are just having a great battle here. Man, this is some great action. I mean, they're letting the leader pull away, but man, these guys are not giving in.
No, they're not.
There, I think Chris Simmert said he finally had enough. Maybe not. Nope, he's coming back once more.
Yeah, once again, side by side. Oh, it's going to look pretty wide.
Wow, Chris Scala taking up 3 wide. This might not be good. We recall back to that one restart where they went 3 wide through. And it looks like Chris Simmer going to back off here a little bit and let Jeff Martin keep that second position. But he's going to paddle back again, coming off turn 4 here. Man, they're side by side. Man, that was close. They about made contact. Man, they about made contact there again. Man, these guys aren't giving in. They're fighting tooth and nail for this position. Man.
Yeah, I thought Jeff Martin was going to be able to get away there, but then just here comes Chris Simmer right back and making it too long.
And there Chris will finally clear him and keep that position and take that position from Jeff Martin there, excuse me. And wow, after a hard-fought battle, Jeff Martin will go back to third. Man, that was amazing though, but Jeff ain't done yet. He's keeping him on his toes here, trying to keep up to his bumper. But I think Chris is finally starting to get away. But we look at what happened here while that was transpiring and those two were racing. That allowed William Hartman to get away by a 1.2 second lead here. And that's not what those guys needed if they want to get a win here tonight. But Chris Scala, Michael Dullard back here racing for position now. Michael trying to get into fourth, but Chris keeping him behind now. So we got Chris Simmer keeping Jeff Martin behind him now, and Chris Scala keeping Mike. But here comes Michael Dullard looking to the inside and going through turns 3 and 4. He's looking to pass Chris Scala now. We might have another battle shaping up here. We'll see what happens as they're still side by side coming down the straightaway, but it looks like Michael Dullard's just going to back off and let Chris have it. Man, you can look at Jeff Martin struck up there, Charles, and he's still trying to get back up to Chris Simmer.
Yeah, he's really done. I don't know how much damage he might be doing to his tires doing that, though.
Yeah, that's a good question. And now we got Michael Dullard racing Chris Scala again here. They're coming off turn 4. Can he keep it side by side this time? Or will he have to back off again? And no, they're still side by side coming past their finish line, coming into turn 1 here. And these guys are having a great battle now. And it looks like Chris is going to try to go a little higher than what Michael went. Now we've got these two. Wow, these two are in a tight-knit battle here, but it looks like Michael just doesn't have enough kind of oomph like Chris Scala and Chris Simmer and Jeff Martin did. Looks like those two just can't get that same run going like they had there for a couple laps. Ray Richard coming back into the picture now. Ray Richard starting to catch up to Michael Dullard. He'll be looking to get back into the top 5 here. One truck I'm going to circle here, Charles, James Somke. I think he's a sleeper right now. As you can see here, he's made it up to the 7th position, but now he's battling Judd Danielson. Judd Danielson trying to get back into 7th position here, but man, James has been creeping up through the field here. He started 22nd, and he ran around the top 10 there in that last stage, and now he's inside the top 10 here, a couple positions ahead. But he's racing with Judd Danielson as Judd's trying to put him back to 8th position. Here comes Steve Seegers to get into the battle here too. Wow, now Steve's looking on the outside of Judd Danielson. Judd let those two go. Wow, Judd quit racing the one truck of James Somke, and now he's going to battle with Steve Seegers. I thought Steve had it there. Oh, Steve into the wall. Oh, man, he saves it. About got into Joe Johnson there, though. Man, those two did a fantastic job keeping it off of one another. Now Sean Kalis is going to get around Steve Seegers, so that lick to the wall there hurt Steve pretty bad. Now it looks like Jeremy Crandall will take his truck behind the wall. Mike Donahue's still out there though, so we got 3 drivers out of this race now. It's Jeremy Crandall, Art McFarland, and Gary Weston. Mark McFadden though did get a lap back on that last caution, so he's only now 1 lap down. So if another caution can fall his way, he could get back on the lead lap here.
I'm still looking at these splits between first and second, and Chris Simmer is starting to gain. He actually was the fastest truck that last lap.
I see that, yeah, because a couple laps ago, William Hartman had a 1.4 second lead over second place. Now he's only got a 1 second lead, so Chris Simmer's knocked off 4/10 in these past couple laps.
Ooh, looked like William got a little loose there going in the corner. Now Chris is...
All right, man, caution is out.
Oh, we got a caution.
Trying to see what it was. It looks like it was David Gervais.
Yeah, and Jason Eisenhower as well. Let's go back and take a look. They made contact. Let's see what happened here. I think it started with Jason. That's right.
Yeah, it looks like he got in the wall and then bounced down into David.
Yeah, you're right about that, Charles. He sure did. Yeah, it looks like Jason just kind of got tight, went up there and clipped that wall, and that wall shot him right back down into David Gervais. And, man, tough break for David. And, I think maybe David might have clipped the 16 truck of Justin Anderson there, too. Yes, he did. But Justin kept that truck under control, kept it going.
Yeah, and now the question is, do you pit and try to make it from here?
That's a very good question. I mean,
if you get a couple more cautions, you might be able to save.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good question, Charles. Let's take a look at that. I mean, that perspective, we talked to, I think it was Ray Richer, and he said that you can do about 40 laps on a tank of fuel. Well, there's more than 40 laps to go still yet, so if drivers would pit here, which they haven't.
Chris Scala's pitting. Steve Seagar is pitting.
I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, they are.
Jason Somke's pitting. I thought I saw one more, but maybe I didn't.
Yeah, James Somke did pit. Yeah, just those three, yeah, but that could be a good strategy call for those guys, because I was getting ready to say, these guys up front here, all trucks can only do 40 laps on a tank. And I mean, there's still more than 40 laps to go. So, I mean, those drivers pitting, if another caution doesn't happen to fall their way, that probably didn't work out. Because
but then again, maybe it could work out, because now they don't need as much fuel. They could take 2 tires on a green flag pit stop.
True. Question is, how would 2 tires benefit? I mean, there's a lot of tracks on iRacing where 2 tires really don't benefit you, and they make your truck just horrible.
But when you're at this point when there's nothing you can do, sometimes you just gotta try something.
Exactly. Yeah, we always say racing is a gamble, and that is a fact. You always have to try something, and if you don't try it, you always come back later on, going like at the end of the race, man, what would have happened if I would have tried that? And you'll just question yourself for the next couple of weeks, going like, man, what if I could have had the win by trying that and I didn't do it? So, exactly. Racing is a gambling sport, and, I mean, it's probably the gambliest, that ain't a word, but
And there's some more trucks coming down pit road this time.
Yeah, I think there was too, yeah. We'll throw that into my custom dictionary there. The gambliest sport here.
Okay, Daryl.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But yeah, you got to take a gamble in this game here. So, that's what those guys are doing, and we'll see how it plays out for the guys who didn't come down this time. But
as it's looking, the top 13 have stayed out, and 14th through 19th pitted.
Yeah. Right. Well, folks, we hope you so far have enjoyed this race. If you're just tuning in here to MaxSpeedTV, excuse me, William Hartman has won both stages 1 and 2. We're currently in the final part of the race here. No more stage breaks. And I believe this is caution number 5 or 6. Don't quote me on that. 5, okay, I thought so. Yeah, this is caution number 5. So, a couple weeks ago, though, back in Iowa, we had 6 cautions. But it looks like tonight we might have the same here. So we'll have to see. But the lights on the pace car are out, and we are getting ready to go back green flag racing here for the Barb and Sean Skincare.com 140 right here for the SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series here for round number 10 at Gateway. You're on Max Speed TV. If it's your first time here, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Or if you're a returning Max Speed TV subscriber and you're enjoying tonight's race, please do hit that like button. All right, pace car heads back into pit road. And the green flag's back out. We're back underway here at Gateway, and another good restart there for William Hartman. But we've got Chris Simmert back here. Wow, Jeff Martin's right on his bumper. And look at this, Charles. Michael Dullard is up here racing with these guys now, and he's trying to go into second position.
Yeah, he's got a good shot at getting it done, too.
Yes, he does. Wow, man, that's a fast 15 truck out here right now.
He don't get any ground, but
No, man, but they're battling hard again. Remember back before that caution happened there on that last restart. Man, and they're going
They're
3
pretty
wide right
wide.
here. Oh, this is not good because there was
we got a
trouble.
crash in the back. They
Oh.
saved it. I think they saved it. Yep, they did. It was the number 18 of Joe Johnson. Kind of got sideways in the grass, but he was able to save it.
Well, that's good. Oh, we got Chris Zimmer getting checked up right here. He got into the 7 of Jeff Martin. Oh, that's going to get those two kind of throwing out there a little bit. But we've got Chris Zimmer still battling with Michael Dullard here. And wow, Michael has just turned on the afterburner, I tell you. And he's starting to come up through here. And here comes Jeff Martin looking to get back by once more. It's like right there, I think maybe with Chris Zimmer getting into that little bit of the problem that he had there, slowed up a little bit. I don't know if Jeff Martin made contact with him or not. He got a little bit more damage. The damage already held in the front of that number 7 truck, but looks like something's amiss right now. He's not able to kind of, it's like he's hit a wall now after that happened, and he can't really get caught back up to Chris Zimmer.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the guys that pitted right now. The top driver that pitted that last caution was Daniel Jackson. He's in 10th right now.
Now, see
He's
that.
moved up a few positions.
Has. And I see another driver who's finally broken back into the top 10 after starting in 7th place tonight and having some terrible luck. Sean Kalist, he's up to 6th.
Yeah, and he just got in the wall, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was in the wall right there, and yes, he did. Now Ray Richards going to go back around him here.
Nope, he's going to back out. I think he's going to go. No, he might come back.
Oh, Sean Kalist is coming back on Ray Richard, and he's like, you ain't going to get that position that easy. And here comes somebody that I thought that wouldn't have been a factor in this race. I'm not really putting anybody down. I'm just saying he's had some tough luck out here this season so far. That's Jeffrey Johnson Jr. He's had a fantastic race here tonight. This is his 2nd time we've seen him up here in the top 10. David Gainforth is up here in the top 10 as well. He's running 9th. Michael Dullard is in 2nd place, though I missed that pass. When he's back here looking at those other races, he did get around Chris Everett. So, wow, man, Michael on the move. But he is 1.2 seconds back from race leader William Hartman. Chris Zimmer, though, fighting back here pretty hard. Here comes Jeff Martin, too. Wow, that was close. It looked like Jeff about got into the back of Chris. Here comes Judd Danielson to get into the action as well. Judd started 12th place tonight. Been up front here once or twice, and he got kind of mired back in traffic, and now he's back up here again.
And it looks like Joe Johnson has hit pit road.
Yes, he has. Unscheduled pit stop for him. I thought he was in on that last caution.
I don't think he was. No, he was not.
Okay, I thought he was. But he does have a lot of damage to that 18 truck there on the back. You can see it's pretty scuffed up.
Yeah, he's going to have to hope this plays out now and no cautions come out.
Yeah, he can make. I'm pretty sure he can make it to the end from this point.
He might be able to.
I mean, it's just a few laps, 240 to go, and they said they can do 40 laps on a tank of fuel. He might possibly be able to save a couple laps here and be able to make it the rest of the way. Well, I think that's at least what he's trying to do.
It sounds like he's doing, we said this, you gotta run it like a road course. It sounds like he's not be trying to run the strategy like the road course too. Usually you hit first.
Hey, we'll see how that works out for him. I think that's a great strategy plan. That was a strategy, of course. But back up front here, William Hartman, we'll see coming to the line here if he's gained any time on Michael Dullard or if Michael's gained time on him. I think it might be the way around that Michael's gained time on him. I'm not sure, but we'll see here. And
about equal.
Yeah, it's about equal, but he did gain a 10.
Right before, though, Dullard did catch a little bit, but he's lost it too. So it's kind of going back and forth a bit.
It
Mike
is.
Gets a little run going, gains a few tenths, but then William kind of just was, nah, I'm going to go a little faster, and gets a little further ahead.
Now I really wonder, I think Williams probably really watching that. Williams kind of watching his relative there and looking at the second, back that he is, and he knows that he's stripping a little bit probably, and knows that Michael's starting to catch him. He's like, oh, well, turn it back up now.
William, he got a little loose there, and he lost a little bit of time, but he gathered it back up, and I think he's still losing a little bit. Yeah, Michael Dullard was actually the fastest truck that last lap.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he gained a 10th. Gaining more tenths here. Oh, he did gain another 10th there on that lap.
Daniel Jackson, the first guy that's with the new tires, he's moved to 8th place now.
Yes, he has. Now, that's where Jeffrey Johnson Jr. was, but it looks like Steve Seeger's also got around Jeff. Jeff Johnson Jr. is back to 10th position. Still a great run running out. Still right there in the top 10. He hit the line, does Michael get more ground on William? No, he loses a little bit more. So, yeah, it's good.
Simmons was actually the fastest truck that lap.
Yeah, you see Chris is right all over the bumper, the 15 truck there, Michael Dullard. He's looking to get back into second place. Michael Dullard got another 10th there in that lap. Down to a second. Question is, Charles, has William Hartman maybe kind of burned his tires off a little bit trying to run away from these guys?
Yeah, right now he does lead the fastest 15-lap average from the start of that last caution. So he has, on average, been running faster than everybody.
And it's no doubt that William Hartman's got the most laps led here tonight as well. That's
yeah, he's definitely got that locked up.
Yeah, that's a definite other bonus point for it. Yep. See here at the line, does Michael Dullard gain more time on William Hartman? And yes, it wasn't much, but a little bit.
Yeah, and he's getting closer to that average 15 lap time too. I mean,
Yeah.
they're separated by only 1,000th of a second.
Yeah, it seems like it takes him 2 laps to knock off the whole entire 10th. He can, maybe 2.5, maybe closer to 3. But we'll see this time by if he can get down into the next 10th and get up 9/10ths of a second.
They are coming up to that end of the fuel run. They've been on these tires for 36 laps.
Yeah. Oh no, he lost 2/10ths on that. He's back to 1.2 now. I think William Hartman kind of kicked it back in gear. He noticed he was catching him. I think we really noticed what you said there about 10 laps ago there, Charles. Seems like you're kind of just, kind of playing the back and forth game. Seems like William can make about 3 to 4 tenths on him, and then William will just make that right back in a couple more laps. Ooh. And Michael Dullard just took those 2/10ths right back right there, and he says, I'm going to try to come back stronger. Still a second ahead, though. Made it down to just 1 second exactly, almost at 1.006. Let's go ahead and run that off for 1 second. Ooh, and lost a little bit more there. He's starting to battle with Chris Simmer now. Chris is looking to pass here on the inside. Oh man, these guys are starting to battle it out here, tooth and nail now. The question is, can Chris Simmer pass here on Michael Dullard, or will Michael keep him at bay? Let's see here, man. Chris dove in there kind of hard. He's starting to push up the racetrack a little bit. He had to get out of that in order to not get into the side of Michael Dullard. And he's going to stay in 3rd position. Michael keeps 2nd. Man, he lost a lot of ground right there. Man, he got about a truck length in between them there on that one. That battling cost Michael Dullard go back down another 2/10ths, and he's back to 1.2 now. But he's staying consistent, Charles, because I've only seen him switch back and forth between 1 second to 1.2. So he's, staying very consistent with gaining and losing 2/10ths every time.
Well, as of right now, with the last 15 laps, he has the fastest average lap time. He's even faster than William now on the average 15 laps.
Wow, I think we've got a fast race brewing on our hands here. Now he's down to 1.3. Possible he burned the tires up and got a little angry when he was racing with Chris Hibbert. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. still running back here around the top 10. He's in 9th position. Got Daniel Jackson in front of him. Daniel Jackson's got Steve Seegers. Steve's got Ray Richard in front of him, and in front of Ray is Sean Kalis. So it's a good, strong line group of trucks here battling out for 5th place. Got 4 of them here battling for 5th. Or you can say battling for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Doug Danielson's out all by himself. It's about 2 to 3 seconds off of 3rd place, but he's about a whole 6 seconds ahead of 5th place. So Judd Danielson kind of just out here cruising right now by himself.
Yeah.
Go back up front now here to your race leader, William Hartman. And yeah, Michael Dullard is losing ground. He's now down to a 1.5 second lead there over Michael William is.
Yeah, William has picked it up. He's gone back to having the fastest 15 lap average, so he's definitely picking it back up. I do think, like you said, Michael and Chris are battling there, and they might have burned their tires off a little more than they should have.
Yeah. Well, that average old saying goes, bit off a little more than they could chew. Still 2 fast race trucks up front here, and I think they are a good contest to at least get top 3 finish here tonight. Mark McFadden's got himself back into contention here. I mean, some of these guys behind him have pitted, so I mean that's really the only case that he's got himself into contention here, him and Justin Anderson, because we've got Russ Coe, Jeff Martin, Joe Johnson, Kevin Petty, David Gainforth. They are all one lap down, and I never did see Jeff Martin come down pit road.
Jeff Martin and Kevin Petty, Dave Gainforth.
And I think
they've all
Judd
pitted.
Danielson's on pit road now. Judd gives up 4th position to come down pit road for some fresh tires and fuel.
Yeah, I'm looking. These guys, they've been out here for 44, going on 45 laps. It's really got me starting to think that those guys that pitted, if they can save, they might be able to make it.
Yeah, I mean, well, they said that when we talked to Ray Richer there earlier, he estimated that you could only make it 40 to maybe 41 laps on a tank of fuel. But we're seeing it here possibly. These guys are going a little bit longer than that. So that is a good question. Those guys might be able now to possibly save when they pitted there earlier. Now we got, looks like Mark McFadden going a lap down here as he did get passed by the leader, William Hartman.
Yeah, we got the out of those guys that pits, Steve Seagars. He's up to 3rd. Now it looks like William Hartman and Michael Diller are coming in the pits.
Yep. We've got Ray Richer and Jeffrey Johnson Jr. on pit road. And Michael Dillard on pit road. And William Hartman. So it looks like here the lead will go to Sean Kalist. Oh no, take that back, Steve Seagars. Yeah, Steve Seagars got around Sean Kalist, so he will now take the lead. Green flag pit stops are underway.
Sean Kalist, he's still out there. He's going to go 47 laps at least.
Yeah. I think he's going to stay out again here, though. Not dialing it down. He can't right now because he's got Judd Danielson underneath him. He's going to be out here for 48 laps now, notching it up here.
Yeah.
I think he's banking on a caution. I think he wants a caution to come out here. It's up, again, that goes back into the gambling aspect of this. I mean, he's trying something here. There's Steve Seagars will just let Judd Danielson go by on those fresher tires.
I still think this is going to bode well for those guys that pitted.
I think you're right.
I've seen these guys moving as far as they're going. I think if they save, they might be able to make it if they started saving. And Jeff Martin has
What happened to him? What?
He actually had just posted the fastest lap time of a lap ago, and then he left.
Oh no, and I see why. I rewinded back the race footage. It looks like coming off turn 2. Something amiss with that truck. He got it loose. Snapped on him. He went down and hit the inside retaining wall there, blocking the infield from the racetrack, and he got more damage on that truck. I think he just said, well, if I took myself out of contention, I'm done. And decided to park the race truck. So, man, that's a tough break for him after having such a strong run that he had.
Sean Kalist, he's going to go out here and stay out for 50 laps.
Yeah, wow. Man, I think whoever we talked to there, Ray Richer, I can't remember who it was. I think I'll be off on their math a little bit. Or just Sean Kalist is very good at saving fuel.
Could be.
How long Steve Seagars been out there for? It seems like he's out there.
He's one of the ones that pitted under that caution. He's been out there for 30, about to be 35 laps.
Okay. I think he might have a shot here at this then.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. If Sean Kalist, he's staying up for 50, he's going to be 51 at least.
Wow, yeah, he's staying out again. Man, those tires can't be doing that well, though. James Somke's in 3rd. I don't know if he's pitted yet or not. I don't think he has.
Yes. No, he was one of the ones that pitted in under the caution.
Oh, okay.
Derek Fisher, though, he hasn't pitted. He's been out there for 50-plus laps.
Wow. So him and Sean Kalist. Man, one of these guys got in their cars, their trucks tonight. Kevin Petty laps down. Is he in 3rd? No, he's okay. Yeah, he's a lap down. Wow, I'm actually enjoying this right now from Steve Seagars and Sean Kalist. I'm actually intrigued to see how far these guys can actually go, but I've seen Sean really backing down now on Steve. And I think he might be. No, he's going to stay out again. What's that, 52 now?
Yeah, it'll be 52 now, and at least 53.
Wow. And we've got less than 20 laps to go. They're coming to the line. 16 laps to go here. Man, question is though, Charles, coming this time by 15 laps to go, that late in the race, does Steve Seegers and Sean Kalis come down pit road, or they try to go for it?
Well, I think Sean's going to have to pit. He's just hoping for a caution, I think.
As I said earlier, that's what I thought he's trying, but yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen for him.
He stayed out this long. He's played that card, and he's going to have to go as far as he can. Unfortunately, with all these trucks getting fresh tires, he's going to drop way far down the field from where he was when the pit stop cycling started.
Yeah. No, but it's not looking good for him. He does need a caution.
And also, we haven't talked about this. Out of the people that have pitted, Chris Simard has passed William.
Yes, he has.
We got a lot of things going on here. A lot of strategies playing out.
I think the one right now that takes the cake for now is Steve Seeger's strategy. I mean, that right there, I mean, it's amazing.
And Sean Kalis is finally hitting pit road.
Yes, he is.
54 laps.
Wow.
If he can make it that far, I know for a fact Steve Seegers can make it.
Yes. That should put him past the checker flag.
It should, as long as he's been saving enough. I mean,
yeah.
I still don't know how much Sean was saving.
Yeah. I think, though, that 40 laps is a little bit underestimate, and I think that you possibly maybe do 45, maybe around 47, and Sean maybe saved about maybe 5 to 6 laps. I believe that would be possible.
And now Derek Fisher's coming in. He did 55 laps.
Wow. But I think we have been kind of miscalculated here on our fuel. Wow, I think he might have been able to go maybe 48 to 50 laps on a tank of fuel. Something else just changed there. Somebody else come down pit road there in the top 3, top 5?
No.
Oh, okay. I think it was just Derek Fisher there and Sean Kalis falling down the order.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But the question is, 2 laps from now, we're coming 10 to go. We've got James Somke, who's 3.3 seconds back from Steve Seegers, and Chris Scala and Chris Simard. Chris is 10 seconds back from Chris Scala. Can he make that much time up in 11 laps?
Whew, that's a good question.
If nothing happens here, I think this wins is going to go to one of these top 3 guys, either Steve, James, or Chris Scala.
Well, coming to the line, we have 10 to go, and Steve Seegers has been on these tires and fuel for 43 laps. That makes 53. He should be able to do this.
If those other 2 guys went 54 and 55, then yeah, he should be able to do this.
But like again, I don't know though. Chris Scala or Chris Simard, sorry, he's 12 seconds back from the leader, and he is clicking them down fast. I mean, I'm gonna look and see how fast here in a minute.
You got to play in the factory right now. Steve Seegers also has lap traffic in between him and those other drivers. So, I mean, I don't know. Coming to 9 to go, I don't think Chris Simard's got enough.
He'd have to be picking him off more than 1 second a lap, and he's not doing that.
Oh. Wow, this is the case, and this is going to be a big change this finish. But I think Steve is starting to fall off because the lap traffic there of Joe Johnson and Ray Richard have caught him.
Yeah, they have. Let's see, at the line for Steve Seegers, let's see how far back Chris Simard is.
Well, I think James Somke lost time on that last lap. So, kind of curious to see.
9.6 seconds back, crossing the line right there for Chris Simard.
Yeah. Okay, James Somke just knocked off a bunch of time right there. He went from 3.9 to 3.6, so he picked up 3/10.
And if I was Steve Seegers right now, he's got some lap traffic behind him, I'd let them go.
Yeah. He just passed Mark McFadden.
Yeah, he's got Mark McFadden's got a lot of damage. He's way off the pace. Let's see, coming to the line here, Chris Simard will be 9.11 back. So he is not gaining as fast as he needs to.
No, he's not. As I said, I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I mean,
look at that car. Okay, oh, we have a crash in the back.
uh-oh. Yeah, caution.
And that changes everything.
Yes, it does. Oh, man. Let's go back and take a look at this. What happened here? It looks like it was contact between Daniel Jackson, Chris Scala,
Yeah, he got
Sean
loose. Daniel
Kalis.
Jackson got loose coming off of
Yeah.
lap 2.
He had to check up for Chris Scala, and when he checked up for Chris Scala, I think that speed change got his truck loose, and it didn't like that, and he went down and made contact with Sean Kalis. Ow, man, look at that job Jeffrey Johnson Jr. did getting by those guys. Wow.
That's real heartbreak for Steve Seegers because he really had the strategy played out.
He did.
Now, I mean, he's just a sit. If he doesn't pit, he's a sitting duck. Bad old tires.
Yeah.
Not going to be good. Obviously, if he pits, only thing he can hope for is that he pits and everybody else pits too.
Yeah.
Then he's got the track covered.
Don't know. It might be a one-lap dash here.
It might be. If he's got enough, he'll only have two other cars as a buffer between all the cars that pitted, so don't know if that'll be enough. I mean, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Did the pits open that time? I don't think they did.
Yeah, they're all come down, yeah.
They did?
Yeah, Chris Scala's on pit road. Chris Simard's not, though. William Hartman's not.
Yeah, so the top 5, they stayed out.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, we know James Somke stayed out. He's back there behind Mark McFadden. Ray Richard got his lap back, so there's 9 trucks back on the lead lap now.
Maybe more than one to go here.
I think you're right.
We might get a 2-lap.
That is not going to be good for Steve. He needed a 1-lap dash to be able to pull something out. A 2-lap, going to be too much for his tires, I think. But if it's a 1-lap dash, he would have great potential to be able to hold those guys off for 1 lap on old tires. But 2 laps, don't see that happening. If the lights go out on the pace car this time by, when they come back around, it will be a 2-lap dash. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen because James Somke's now in 2nd position.
Also, it looks like they're William Hartman and Chris Simard and Mike Dillard pitted on that. Just coming around there.
They did, I think. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so that's going to move them really far down because everybody else that pitted when they were supposed to is going to line up in front of them.
Yeah, so that actually technically still might help Steve Seegers.
That might, because now he's not going to have as fast drivers.
Yeah.
I don't want to knock anybody down, but let's be honest, William and Chris have been the fastest trucks tonight.
Yeah.
They're going to be further back now.
Yeah, and we see that James Somke and Chris Scala didn't pit here, and Chris Scala has fresher tires than James and...
But let's not forget now, there were 3 that had not pitted yet,
Yeah.
and one of them did pit. So he's not going to have that buffer no more. He's going to have a truck with fresh tires right behind them.
Yeah. How fresher is James's tires compared to Steve's?
They've been up there for 50 laps. They're both been on the same amount of time.
Except for Chris Scala.
Yeah, well, Chris Scala's, he just pitted, so.
Yeah, well, those two guys don't have the buffer, so yeah.
But really, right now, anything, Chris Scala, maybe even Kevin Fetty, they're in the the catbird seat.
Yeah.
Especially with Kevin Fetty, he'll be starting on the outside, so.
Yes. James Somke starting on the outside too, so I think that's going to play advantage to him here. I think Steve should have tried that.
Yeah, I'm really shocked that he didn't choose the outside.
Yeah, but we're going to have a 2-lap dash here, so we're going to see how it goes. Well, remember, folks, if another caution does come back out, the top 10 guys will re-rack them and go at it again for a...
They're going to be just top 9 since there's somebody a lap down.
True. Yeah, that's right.
Not really sure how that works, but I think that's how it would work. I would imagine.
I think you're right.
Although he might get the lucky dog, so.
Good. All right. Pace car heads back into pit road. There's a green flag. We're back underway here at Gateway for the car behind Sean Skincare.com 140 here for the SSCA Michelangelo's Painting Truck Series. And man, I think Steve did get a good restart there.
He got the start he needed to, and right now, looks like something went way up. Oh, look at the difference. And we got a car. There's good caution, so we're going to have a green and white checkered here.
Yes, we are. I jinxed him. Oh, it's Jeffrey Johnson Jr. Ouch, and he gets into Jason Eisenhower. Man, Jason just hasn't had the night he's hoped for. And man, Jeffrey Johnson Jr. had a great run going all night long, and now this happens. Ouch. So the question is, these guys up front, they can't pit now. I mean, that because there's no pitting to be done because iRacing's officially got this race over. But these guys are going to re-rack them and get them back going here. But I don't know, are they really? Are they going to be able to catch back up to the pace car here and get them double fouled?
They should. Yeah, I mean, right now, Steve Seagar's, that first caution, he's made his bed, he's got to lay it. I mean, it's going to be really tough for him to hold off Chris Scala.
Yeah, you can tell Chris Scala and Kevin Fetty and Judd Danielson, all three of those guys have faster trucks. But look who's behind James Somke now. Chris Simard. Question is, can he pick up all these positions with just 2 laps?
I don't see it. It's really tough to pass here.
Hey, no attention to the fireworks, folks. iRacing thinks the race is over, but SSCA says it's not. So that pace car is going to dive off here. And
I do believe Joe Johnson is going to technically will get his lap back, and he will get the run to the top 10.
Yeah, he will. And remember, folks, only the top 10 go in the green-white checker. There's the pace car diving off. Man, Steve held him back that time. There's a green flag. We're back underway here at Gateway for the final restart here for SSCA. And man, look at that restart Steve got. Man, those guys spun their tire. Oh, we got a crash. Kevin Fenton goes down, hits Chris Scala after bouncing off of, looks like Judd Danielson. Is SSCA going to call it here? Or are they going to let him race?
I think they're going to let him race as long as that truck gets going back there. That kind of came to a stop. That's definitely what Steve Seagar's wanted. But yes, Chris Scala, he's coming fast. Oh,
the one coming fast is William Hartman.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. White flag, last lap.
Results.
Can Steve Seegers hold off William Hartman? I don't think so. William's got a fast race truck here.
Yeah, he's going to blow by him.
Yeah, he's going to blow right by him. Oh, and Steve just got the wall right there, too. That's not what he needed.
So, let's see if we can hold on to a podium spot.
Oh, he could definitely hold on to a podium spot here, I think. Going to get second, I believe. All right, I don't know. Here comes the 15 truck. He's going to look to the outside. Oh, he's going to go up and block. Hold him off. Oh, he got in the wall. Well, William Hartman wins the race, and Steve Seegers will finish in second place after that triumphant try that he had to the finish there. Wow, so William Hartman will build the show again tonight here like he did a few weeks ago back in Charlotte. Won every stage and won the race. Does it again. All right, folks, we'll wait here and momentarily with your finishers. Man, what a crazy finish that was, Charles.
Yeah, it was.
I believe we had a total of, was it 7 cautions, Michael, or 6? Yeah, so out of that, that'd be 7. So there were 7 cautions that were for crashes. So, all right, folks, let's get up here and get with Mike Dullard. Mike Dullard, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hopefully I'm saying your last name right. Is it Dullard?
That is correct.
Alrighty. Well, Mike, tell us about that race out there. I think that was your first race here with SSCA Trucks tonight for the season. And, man, you had a great start to the first race of your season here for the trucks here at Gateway, and a very tough track to do that at. You started in 5th place, and you got yourself a podium finish spot in 3rd. Tell us about it.
Well, those were actually the first laps I've ever turned at that track, so it was quite the learning curve there in practice, and I was lucky to qualify up there. And I tell you what, these guys at SSCA, they are some clean drivers. That is probably some of the best racing I've had in quite some time, so hats off to those guys. It was definitely a difficult track, tough competition. I mean, for my first night out, I couldn't ask for a better race.
Yeah, you couldn't at all. Well, what did the truck feel like out there to you? I mean, you know, we talked to a couple of drivers, and they said they thought they could only go about 40 laps on a tank of fuel, but it looked like we saw a lot of guys push it to almost 56, 57 laps on a tank of fuel. You know, with that being said, how far could you actually go, and how did track conditions feel out there?
I think I could have pushed, 56, 57 laps. My truck felt better as the run went on. I'm used to a loose truck, and this thing started off kind of tight for me. So as the run went on, I think I felt like I got faster and I was able to make some moves. But the track felt great. It seemed like it was taking rubber and ice, and it just didn't really slick up the way I thought it might. But I mean, this Toyota Tundra was just fast.
It sure was. Man, I thought you had a great truck out there for, your first night being out here. But what was your, actual thoughts, coming into, your first night over here at these guys?
I really didn't have a whole lot as far as expectations go. They say when you expect stuff, you usually end up disappointed. So I didn't really expect a whole lot, but just looking at some of the stuff they've posted on Facebook and reading some things, it sounded like they had a really good core group of guys, so I was really looking forward to it this evening, and they did not disappoint at all.
What a better way than to come out on your first night and get you a podium finish. So that's great.
Yeah, let's hope we can carry that through a couple more races and maybe end up in victory lane some night.
Yeah, well, will you be here racing with the guys next week?
Yes, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I'm here, and I might jump in a Challenger car and see what I can do tomorrow night. We'll see what happens.
Well, if you're here next week, you said this was your first time around this track and being your first night here. Have you had any laps on Chicagoland? And if you have, what's that track like to you?
I have ran a few laps at Chicagoland. That one, that track is a different beast when you compare it to the rest of the cookie cutter mile-and-a-half tracks. There's something about that track. It usually gives me a little bit of fits, but once I get a few laps on it, I usually find a pretty decent groove and I can keep up.
Awesome. All right, Mike, well, once again, congratulations on your third place finish tonight here for SSCA here at Gateway. You have anybody that you'd like to give thanks or shout to before you go celebrate?
No, just the boys at Concrete Supply and this Toyota Tundra, everybody at TRD, everybody on my team, TBD, giving me a good piece and helping me get some practice laps in.
Awesome. All right, Mike, well, once again, congratulations on your finish tonight here, and good luck next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Steve Seegers, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Well, Steve, it looked like you had a pretty good strategy there toward the end, and you kind of played that as a road course strategy, kind of pitting first. And it looks like that last caution didn't really kind of fall your way, and tell us about it.
Yeah, man. I had a good truck tonight, but coming to the end right there, I figured pitting it when I pit and all, I might have a pretty good strategy there to get in the top five, and tires wore out, tires gone, man. So I ended up finishing where I finished. I hope I got second anyway. Did I?
You did. Yeah, you did. Man, I was here, me and Charles here in the booth, man. We thought you had one of the best strategies out there for that last run, and we was like, man, we think Steve's got this. And that last caution come out, and he's like, ah. Oh.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, I thought I had it, and if it would have went to 140 and that'd been it, yeah, I would have had it. But little different ball game there. But I slid up the track, and the guy behind me got me. But it was a good race overall.
It was at that. Well, Steve, what did your truck feel like out there all night tonight? It looked like a lot of guys could go pretty far on a fuel run, but all in all, how did the truck feel to you?
It felt awesome all night, man. Got loose a couple times, but other than that, it felt good all night. And I just tried to work my way up through the field. Didn't qualify all that good, but ended up finishing pretty decent. So I'm proud of getting second tonight.
Hey, you had a strong run out there, and what better, to be proud of getting the second place finish, especially a tough track like Gateway. What was your thoughts coming into tonight's race?
Yeah, well, coming in tonight's race, I was just hoping for the best and trying to keep my points up there, and hoping I come out with a top five.
You did just that, my friend. Well, Steve, congratulations on your second place finish tonight here at Gateway. Do you have anybody you'd like to give thanks or shout to before you go celebrate it?
Yeah, I'd like to give out a shout out to Mark, my son, and Debbie, my wife, and thanks for everything you guys do. It's awesome.
All right, Steve. Well, once again, congratulations and good luck next week. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to you again.
Okay, thank you.
All righty, folks, let's get down here with your race winner, William Hartman.
Yeah.
William Hartman, you got a copy?
Yes, I do. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing fine, man. That was a bizarre finish to that race, and we thought Steve had that, but then you come through and, wow, tell us about that finish.
That was one of the craziest finishes I've ever been a part of. Honestly, going into turn one on the the green flag lap, I thought our race was done. There was calamity in front of me, cars sideways, guys in the wall, guys in the grass, smoke everywhere, and somehow I ended up pointed at the bottom in third gear and able to drive off the corner and get a good run and get in front of those guys. I have no idea. I wish I could say there was an ounce of skill to it, but I think it was 99% luck. But we'll take them any way we can get them.
Exactly. Well, you did this race like you did back on, this is race number 10. Back at race number 7, you did the whole entire, deal. You got both stage wins, you won the race, and you done that again here tonight. So, big confidence booster, I bet, here going into the next race.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a great night. I feel like we actually got out-strategied there a little bit, and had that caution not come out late, I think those guys would have stretched out that fuel run and made it. And talking to some of them, so we got a little bit lucky, and those guys had a really, really good strategy. It's unfortunate for them, but like I said, we take them any way we can get them. Hopefully, we just didn't use all our luck up tonight.
Yeah. Well, talk about the strategy. We talked to the drivers there that finished third and second, and some other drivers talking throughout the race tonight. They said you have to really drive this track like a road course, and I agree 100% with them. You really do. This is an oval, but it's totally different from most other ovals. But we saw Steve and a few other guys kind of do road course style pit stop strategies, and it looked like it was working out for them there for a while. What was going through your head, and what was your thoughts? And did you try to maybe did that go through your head, maybe trying to do a road course style pit stop strategy, trying to get in there first?
Yeah, honestly, with the way that pit road works here, it's a little bit trickier than most ovals. So we kind of banked on the strategy that maybe we'd have some incidents getting onto pit road. It's pretty tricky. You can very easily overdrive the access road and spin out or hit the wall or something like that. So we were kind of banking on maybe having an issue, someone having an issue getting on pit road. But everyone did a great job, got on clean, so we didn't have a caution come out. So those guys that short pitted really took advantage of that. Like I said, if the caution hadn't come out there at the end, our strategy would not have worked out. Chris was definitely in front of me, and I couldn't catch him. And the guys in front, sounds like could have made it on fuel, so they would have been way out ahead. So the short pitting proved to be a really, really good strategy for those guys, and kudos to them. But luckily, like I said, the caution came out and kind of fell in our lap there.
That it did. Well, William, you swept the race again tonight like you did back at Charlotte, but, congratulations on your win tonight. You got anybody you'd like to give thanks or shout out to if you go celebrate your victory?
Yeah, as always, just like to thank the guys down at Savage. We had really, really fast trucks all around tonight. Just had some guys get caught up in some unfortunate incidents, but can't thank those guys enough for all the support. And thank everybody at SSCA for everything that they do, and you guys up at the broadcast booth for putting on the broadcast for us. Appreciate it.
All righty, William. Well, once again, congratulations on your win here, and good luck next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, folks, let's run down through your final results here and get ready to close this race out. All right, coming home the winner tonight will be William Hartman with a strong, race again. He was your pole sitter. He had a great qualifying effort. He was fastest in practice. He was really fast in the race. He led most laps. And that caution really did fall his way and got him the win. So congratulations, William Hartman, tonight. Steve Seegers will finish in second place. Mike Dullard will finish in third. Chris Scala will finish fourth. Ray Richer in fifth. Sixth will be Joe Johnson. Seventh, Kevin Fetty. Eighth will be James Somke. Ninth, Judd Danielson. And 10th will be Chris Simmerd. 11th place tonight, we have Derek Fisher. 12th place will be Justin Anderson. 13th, Russ Coe. 14th, David Gainforth. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. will finish in 15th. Mark McFadden in 16th. Jason Eisenhower will finish 17th. Daniel Jackson in 18th. Sean Kalis will finish 19th. David Gervais will finish in 20th. Tough break for Jeff Martin after, having that strong run and had a little bit of a, setback there, but he was trying to work his way back up and then had an incident coming off turn 2. And that pretty much just, kind of put a damper on things for him, and he decided to park the truck, take it behind the wall. He'll finish in 21st position tonight. Jeremy Crandall will finish 22nd. Mike Donahue will finish 23rd. Robert McFarland will finish 24th. And rounding out the field, finishing in the final position in 25th, will be Gary Weston. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast here again of SSCA round number 10 here from Gateway for the Barb and Sean Skincare.com 140 here on MaxSpeedTV. Until next week at Chicagoland, have a good night.
Life and death in my own hands. I am my own justice. I am my own man. I never look behind through all that I have seen. 'Cause I'm 'cause we're proud and free, we're Americans. Red, white, and blue is our way of life. Never back down from a challenge or a fight. Nature provides, God gives the rights, we're Americans. We make up America.